You're watching NBC 5 News at 10.
Another freezing night in North Texas as temperatures remain well below the average for this time of year.
And along with the cold, there's a chance for rain. So let's bring in meteorologist Kevin Smith for a timeline of all this. Kevin?
Well, Vince and Katie, it is a very cold evening. Can you believe we saw a trace of snowfall that happened last night and also this morning at the big airport? But we have the setup of what we call radiational cooling. Because it's clear outside, the heat will evaporate, escape into space. That will lead to some very cold temperatures. It's cold right now. It's below freezing already in the Jacksboro at 27 degrees. We're 32. That's the freezing mark in the Kaufman County. Same scenario in the Hunt County. But you see Fort Worth above freezing at 35. We're 37 into Dallas. But your planner will have those temperatures at or below freezing at 32 when you wake up on your Sunday morning. Freezing temperatures protect the plants, pipes, as well as the pets. Meanwhile, how's your forecast shaping up into Thanksgiving? The turkeys may like it. I have those details covered up.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. Thank you, Kevin. A man possibly seeking shelter from the cold died when fire swept through a vacant house in South Dallas this evening. Dallas Fire Rescue say when they arrived to the 2300 block of Al Lipscomb Way, the injured man was outside the house. He died at the hospital. The cause of the fire remains unknown.
When temperatures drop below 36 degrees, the Salvation Army activates warming shelters across North Texas. The centers provide a secure and safe, warm location.
This is for everybody. Families, individuals, doesn't matter. You are a homeless person, you have families, or maybe something happened in your house, your power went out. You're welcome to come to the Salvation Army and seek refuge.
Now, here's the list of the warming shelters. The city of Arlington also has an emergency shelter. We have all of this information at NBCDFW.com. And don't forget to download our free NBC DFW app. You can watch Radar Live and get instant weather updates sent right to your phone.
Fort Worth police are looking to make more arrests after shots were fired into a vehicle, injuring 4 people. One of them, a 13-year-old, now fighting to walk again. The seemingly random attack happened 1 week ago near Lake Worth. Tonight, the victim's mother spoke with our Allie Spilliards.
We're just trying to get through it.
For 7 long days, Brigitte Sanchez is sat by her 13-year-old's hospital bed.
We were told that, Junior might not be able to walk. He doesn't feel from his waist down.
Last Saturday, she said Junior and his 14-year-old sister Leslie were with their aunt and cousin on their way to a party near Northwest Center Drive and Buddha Lane. But before they could get out of the truck, 2 people they didn't recognize opened fire.
It's a nightmare. Sitting at home, getting a call from my daughter saying that they had got shot at.
Sanchez says the children's aunt managed to drive them to a safe location, about a mile away where they could call an ambulance, even after she was shot in the arm. Leslie suffered gunshot wounds to both legs and is now recovering at home. But for Junior, she says recovery could take months or even a year after one of those bullets struck his spinal cord. Today she found hope when he managed to move his toes.
He's staying positive. He's a strong kid, very strong kid. He's determined. He said he's not giving up.
Fort Worth police say they've arrested 17-year-old Raylon Meredith for 7 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, along with unlawful carry. They said the investigation remains ongoing. Sanchez believes that her kids were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I just want to know why, what happened, why? It makes no sense to me.
In Fort Worth, Allie Spilliards, NBC 5.
And earlier this week, Lake Worth ISD confirmed that its school resource officers assisted Fort Worth police by arresting one of their students in connection with the case. Family and friends celebrated the life of Terry Barker in Southlake today. Barker was one of 6 men killed when 2 vintage aircraft collided during an air show at Dallas Executive Airport. Barker was described as a devoted husband, father, and new grandfather. He was also a former Keller City Council member, a retired American Airlines pilot, and Army veteran.
We're seeing more kids having been hospitalized through middle of November than we typically see in an entire season for the past 10 years.
Growing concerns about the flu, especially for older adults and children. In Texas, pediatric hospital beds are 89% full. NBC News reports the earlier than usual infection surge is causing many pharmacies to run short on Tamiflu, which is the most common treatment. Experts say your best shot, though, is still a flu shot. North Texas-based Perone Pharmacy has administered about 700 flu shots. That figure includes shots done at their Fort Worth store and clinics. A Perone pharmacist says that's more than past flu seasons.
A lot more people are willing to do it because it's fast and easy. You can walk in, walk out, and you don't have to make an appointment or sit around people who are also there making an appointment because they're sick.
Also keep in mind that it typically takes up to 2 weeks for a flu shot to take effect. Now we turn to a consumer alert. Parents, listen up. A popular children's clothing store is recalling its infant fleece pajamas. Take a look. It's the Carter's infant yellow-footed fleece pajamas with a pig animal graphic on the front. Small metal wire pieces found in the clothing could poke or cut young children. You can return those pajamas to Carter's locations for a refund. Hundreds of thousands of Tesla vehicles are being recalled over a software glitch that can cause the tail lights to go off intermittently. The U.S. National Highway Safety Administration says the recall includes certain 2020 through 2023 Model Y SUVs and 2023 Model 3 sedans. An online software fix will be made available early next year.
Tonight, the Omni Hotel is celebrating the love on this National and Texas Adoption Day. And it was a celebration full of joy and happy tears inside the Henry Wade Juvenile Justice Center. Today in Dallas County, 35 children that were fostered officially found their forever family. One family adopted 4 brothers.
It's just a miracle for me, and it's a blast, and we just want them to keep together.
We're so grateful to the families who open their hearts and their houses and enlarge their families so these children will feel a sense of belonging where they can thrive.
Dallas CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates, planned the special adoption event. Their volunteers advocate for children in the foster care system. Nationwide, more than 115,000 children in foster care are waiting for permanent and loving families.
Well, the Fort Worth firefighter family is growing because it was graduation day in Fort Worth. The fire department sharing these photos from the department's training academy. We're told this is the most diverse class of new firefighters in the 129-year history of the department. The graduates also included 5 mothers, 5 military veterans, and 6 recruits directly related to active or retired Fort Worth firefighters. So congratulations to that family as well.
Another controversial move by Twitter owner Elon Musk. Coming up, who he tonight welcomed back to his newly purchased social media site.
And the snow continues to fall in western New York. The impact of the storm that will certainly make the history books.
And I'm Pat Doney. Later in sports, TCU with the college football finish of the year, and why the Cowboys are treating tomorrow's game like a playoff matchup. That's coming up.
Nearly 2 years after a permanent ban, tonight Elon Musk reinstated former President Trump's Twitter account. Musk said 51% of those who took part in his Twitter poll said yes to the return of Trump to the social media site. Trump's account was shut down after the attack on the U.S. Capitol. No word on whether Trump plans to use the Twitter account.
A Dallas police officer is out of a job tonight. Chief Eddie Garcia fired Senior Corporal Officer Anthony Himes, who was arrested yesterday for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The 39-year-old is accused of shooting at a fellow officer while they were off duty and in an Uber. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Our partners at the Dallas Morning News report the officer's attorney said, in part, a rush to judgment and a hurried investigation do not serve the best interests of justice. My client will appeal. All right, I want you to take a look behind us right now. This is Buffalo, New York tonight. Right now, there's a little break in the snow, but more is expected overnight.
Yeah, and that's on top of the already 6.5 feet of snow that came down in just 24 hours. The image is incredible. At times, the intense snow falling about 3 inches per hour. When the snow and wind did let up briefly, it revealed abandoned cars, unreachable neighborhoods, and a bowling alley's roof that had caved in. 3 people have died, 2 from cardiac arrest related to shoveling, and a snowplow driver involved in a wreck. The National Guard was brought in to help rescue nearly 300 residents.
Because so much snow has fallen, there's really no place to put it now.
I've been around a long time, and that's as much as I've seen.
The snow forced the Bills versus Browns game to be moved to Detroit. Snow at Highmark Stadium is about 6 foot 5 inches high, the same height as the team's quarterback, Josh Allen. And we're told many of the players had to be dug out so they could make it to the airport. Told neighbors were helping to pitch it in so the players could get where they needed to go. Incredible, though.
All right. We're going to check in now with meteorologist Kevin Smith because we're just dealing with cold right now.
Well, you know it's bad when they have to move the game from Buffalo because Buffalo is used to the snowfall. But this is a big lake effect event that's happening across the Great Lakes, not only across Erie as well as Ontario, but it's happening along Huron, Michigan, and Ontario. So here's the effect of what's happening, especially along Lake Erie and Ontario. What is happening, we have cold air aloft that is moving in from the west to the east. Now, it's moving over the warm Great Lakes because those temperatures are a little bit on the warm side, causing the clouds to develop, then producing the heavy snow. And here's the effect, live snapshot that's happening along Interstate 190 in the Buffalo. This is an interstate, folks, and off to the corner, that is 4 feet of snow on the ground. Thankfully, that's to the northeast of us. Currently into North Texas, nothing but a clear sky that will provide the good radiational cooling. Those temperatures really falling down. And you see the readings right now. We're freezing into Turtle at 32 degrees. We're at 32. That's the freezing mark into Hunt County. Slightly above freezing in McKinney. We're 37. This is the urban heat island because of all the concrete in the urban area. It's a little bit warmer. 38 into Dallas, at least DFW, but 31 into Bridgeport, 27 degrees into Jack County. A little bit of a wind at DFW at 7 miles per hour gives us a feels like temperature of 33, feels like 32 degrees in the den. So if you're headed out, carry the heavy coat. We're 23 into Wichita, Kansas. Take a look at Salina is at 18. It's 19 degrees in Omaha, Nebraska. So the setup, what's happening regionally, dealing with some rainfall to the south of us along 45 and 35 where it's going to remain, but to the south and west, highlighted in the yellow, that's the next disturbance that'll be tracking our way via the southwest. We see that in the futurecast, at least by a Sunday evening, increasing cloud cover, some spotty showers, the coverage 10 to 20%. That will continue into your Monday morning. Not expecting any significant rainfall with this. And then finally, everything will start to move out to the east and the northeast, decreasing clouds. Take a look at those rainfall totals. As I said, very light, a trace to around about 2 to 400ths of an inch. Heaviest amounts will be to the south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. With 32, that's the freezing mark into the Metroplex. Some folks seeing the 20s. That will be a hard freeze. So be prepared to think about covering your plants as well as your pipes. And if you can, always bring in your pets, folks. Come, there you go. 51 for the afternoon high on your Sunday. Everyone into the upper 40s to around the lower 50s. 5-day forecast for 52 with those 20% rain chances on Monday. Tuesday, 58, 60. Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving Day, with 20% rain chances, high of 61. Front moves through, cooler on Friday at 59. But look at that warming trend. Temperatures into the mid-60s. That's about seasonable for this time of year. Overnight lows by that time into the 40s. Let's travel up to the north where the Cowboys are going into Minneapolis, taking on the Vikings at U.S. Bank Stadium. Temperatures outside into the 20s, but inside 72 degrees. Cowboys, let's get a win. Over to you.
All right, thanks, Kevin. From that game to this one, the world's biggest sporting event kicks off this weekend.
And the first game of the FIFA World Cup happens tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Central Time. Qatar is home to 3 million people, and tonight there is growing concern about the number of people coming into the tiny nation. 1.2 million are expected to attend the games. Last night, thousands were turned away from a concert because of overcrowding. Ecuador faces Qatar on the field tomorrow. Team USA, which includes 3 players with North Texas ties, will play their first match Monday afternoon against Wales, and then England on Friday. We will be rooting for them. All right, let's send things over to Pat.
It is arguably the game of the day in the NFL, and it could very well be the game that determines the Cowboys' season in 2022. Dallas at 6-3, on the road at the 8-1 Minnesota Vikings Sunday, with the Cowboys hoping to bounce back from their frustrating loss at the Packers last week, but also with a game on Thanksgiving this Thursday, trying to make sure the next 5 days don't redefine what has been a pretty impressive first half of the season. 8-3 sounds a whole lot better than 6-5, and that starts tomorrow, which is why Dak Prescott and the Cowboys seem especially locked in right now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is a playoff game. I mean, you got a team that's, what, one loss, right? Yeah, and then us coming off of one. We know what this means. We know what this means in the division. We know what this means in the NFC. So it's about going up there, putting our best foot forward, and making sure that we put our best performance out there and just show the team that we are in all aspects of our game.
To college football, and Sonny Dykes' fourth-ranked TCU Horned Frogs on the ropes at Baylor this afternoon. We pick it up late. TCU down 2. The Frogs are going for the 2-point conversion, but the pass is incomplete, and Baylor is feeling like they're about to pull the upset. TCU gets the football back. They drive into field goal range. It's 3rd down, only 22 seconds left. They run the football. That's a problem because they don't have any timeouts. So the Frogs have to sprint their field goal unit onto the field. 10 seconds now. The clock continuing to tick. No time to think about it. Just one shot for senior kicker Griffin Kell from Arlington High School, by the way. And he drills it as the clock hits 0. The Frogs remain perfect. 11-0 on one of the all-time crazy finishes you will ever see in college football.
Wow, you know, what a ball game, man. You got to give Baylor a ton of credit. They played their tails off. Our guys just never quit, man. They just believe in each other, and, you know, we were well prepared. We practiced that play every Thursday, and, you know, Griffin just came in, knocked it down, and it was, man, what a win.
A great win for sure. All right, to high school football. Defending state champion South Oak Cliff with a Saturday afternoon playoff matchup against a very good Lovejoy team. First quarter, this is Javon Thomas breaking free up the middle. It's a 43-yard touchdown run. Thomas was just getting started on what would be a huge day for Javon. In the second quarter, it's 21-3 Sock. That's when Lovejoy gets things going. Alexander Franklin has all day and dumps it off to Kyle Parker, who takes off for a 54-yard touchdown, but the Leopards were still down 21-10. Still in the second, here goes the Texas A&M commit, Thomas again. It's a 44-yard touchdown run this time. South Oak Cliff would lead 28-10 at the break and hold on to win 42-37 the final. Congratulations to the Golden Bears. All right, finally, a new segment on Saturday nights here on NBC5 as we feature the young kids who give it all they have on the field or court. It's our weekly Youth Sports Spotlight. And tonight, we are showing you the 5U Cowboys flag football team in Saginaw. This touchdown run by Benny Burt, turning on the Jets right here, helps the Cowboys go 12-0 this season and win their Super Bowl. Congratulations to the 5U Saginaw Cowboys. And if you'd like your young athlete to be featured on our Youth Sports Spotlight, reach out to me on social media, on Facebook or Twitter. We'll do our best to feature as many kids as possible. And that's going to do it for sports tonight. I'm Pat Doney. We'll have more news coming up.
A reminder, there's still time to make sure a child, special needs adult, or a senior has a present beneath their Christmas tree this year.
You can pick up an angel from an NBC5 Salvation Army angel tree located in a North Texas mall, or you can adopt online. Just go to NBCDFW.com and click on the Angel Tree tab right at the top of the homepage. We've made it super simple for you.
There's also a need to help with the project at DFW National Cemetery this holiday season. 51,000 graves need a wreath. They cost $15 each. The deadline is November 29th. You can find more information on the trending bar of our website at NBCDFW.com.
Now let's get one final check of the forecast with Kevin.
Well, Katie, Vince, and everyone, we're already dealing with temperatures below the freezing mark. It's 27 degrees in Jack County, 32 in Kaufman County. Same story into Ellis County, but Fort Worth and Dallas well above freezing. For now, we're expecting those temperatures for your Sunday morning to bottom out into Dallas-Fort Worth at the freezing mark. So protect your plants, pipes, and pets. We've heard that story before. So your 10-day forecast has those temperatures still into the 50s for the next few days, actually next 3 days. But we have a disturbance moving in, bringing us some 20% rain chances. This will be Sunday night into Monday. Then we have a front bringing those rain chances in Wednesday into Thanksgiving, only at 20%. And we'll see those highs moderating into the 60s in December, right around the corner with someone's birthday.
All right. Thanks, Kevin, and thank you for joining us tonight.
We'll see you right back here tomorrow evening. Have a good one.